So we're gonna cut from the middle part, taking out this thick part, and I'll show you later what we are going to do with this. Let's do it again. You place it flat on the plate and then making horizontal cut, then coming to the side and from the other side, holding the middle part so it doesn't shake, doesn't move around, and that's it. We have this small cut, and then from the middle we have two separate pieces. For cutting the tomato, first of all, choose not very soft tomatoes. We are going to separate this top part, which is green, sometimes it's yellow. See this part? Throwing this away. Cutting it, make a circle like so, not deeper than 1 nail size. If you cut the tomato too deep, you may have also the seeds on the top part. Now I'm going to empty the inside into this container. For that I'm going to use my spoon. Everybody takes out the sides like these 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, but I'm leaving that inside. I'm just taking out the juicy part. I call these parts panels. We leave the panels inside, we don't take them out, the seeds only, because the rest gives special taste to the dolma. And by the way, we are going to use this seed part as well, so collect them and then put back the top like so. For cleaning the bell peppers, it's very simple. You just separate the top part, like cut off the top and clean the insides. Take out all the seeds, don't leave any. For the eggplant, first of all, choose thick eggplants because we are going to dig the insides, and for that again we are going to use the spoon. We are cutting the eggplant into 2 pieces if it's a long one, and using each piece separately. Start making a circle and then little by little I'll dig it out like so. By the way, try to leave a little bit space here. Don't go all the way to the skin, just leave a little bit meat on the sides as well. That was the eggplant. For cleaning the quince, we're cutting it into 2 pieces, separating, taking out the insides, and then if we have enough meat on the sides, we're digging more to make a space to add the ground beef. That's enough. We have about 2 spoons of space. That's the way you clean the quince. Let's continue with the zucchini. Digging out a small piece at the beginning, then entering the same spot and digging more. You're just turning the zucchini around like a carousel. I'm turning the spoon this way and zucchini comes this way. Movement of your hands should be opposite to one another. And be careful not to crack the sides. Choose a very narrow spoon with a very sharp and narrow tip so you can dig it out. That was the zucchini. The same goes on with the squash. And don't throw away this inside parts because we are going to use them too together with the beef. And if you have noticed, this part is kind of narrower than the bottom. Leave at least this much space from the inside. See, my spoon gets up to here. That's it for the squash. Now that I have cut into small pieces all the insides of digged out vegetables, I'm going to mix it with the meat. Actually, this was supposed to be blended because in that way it will be tastier, but it's okay. My blender is gone. I need to buy a new one. And now I will mix this whole thing together. The tomato juice on top. Remember the ones that we were collecting here? Cut the pieces that were large, like this type of pieces, into small ones, and voila. We are gonna mix this whole thing together. I can do it with gloves. It smells so good here. It opens up the appetite all these spices start giving their taste into the beef and the onion and the veggies. Everything smells very good. Hope you remember the dried plums that are a little bit soury, and remember the veggies. We're going to stuff the veggies with the meat, and then one of the plums goes into each of the veggies. We just start stuffing with the spoon and then pressing with our finger inside. Don't worry, when it starts cooking it will go down. Add one dried plum inside, like so, in the middle, and then I will add more of this. When everything is stuffed, I'll show you how to cover this. For now we're leaving it open. Now the second bell pepper, we press it all the way till the end, as far as possible. We have all kinds of vitamins here. Vitamin A, B, C, the whole alphabet of vitamins is here. Don't put the plum in the middle of the vegetable. We are putting it on top in order to tell the guests to be careful to take it out before they start eating the vegetable. And here we go, the second plum goes inside so it doesn't pop out. This is zucchini. We hold our fingers kind of around it in order the meat not to go out. Well, the zucchini is really narrow, so we're adding a narrow plum on top and pressing it. Don't worry if the meat goes outside, it's okay. We'll cover this with cabbage leaf at the end. Now we squash. First we're going to stuff the veggies, and then if we have enough meat left, we'll start wrapping the cabbages. Wrapping with the cabbages. Now the eggplant. The same thing with the eggplant. Adding the plum and then adding a little bit of meat. Going to the quince. Here we go. Because the quince itself is sour, we're not going to put any plum here. We don't have enough space for it. We'll just cover this with the cabbage leaf, that's it. And our quince is ready. We're adding tomato. The same goes for tomato. We're not adding any plum here because the tomato itself is sour. We're stuffing also the top part. Don't worry, the beef won't come out of here because it's sticky. It's gonna stick to the walls and it won't jump out. When it starts cooking, it starts getting stickier and it stays within the walls of the vegetables. Here we go. Now we're just covering the tomato and the juice will come out of here, this small hole. We are done with the stuffing of vegetables. Now let's continue with wrapping the cabbage. But before we start wrapping, I'll show you how to prepare the pot.